Breaking news, Tom is no longer the mayor of BLOXBURG. Sources say he was impeached for having a starter house, and he is to be replaced by the icon True Reese's. That is right, guys. In today's video, I'm going to be building a mayor's mansion in BLOXBURG, considering I'm now the mayor of this town. You heard it on the news, and the news is always the most reliable source, never lies. Now, you may be wondering, Reese's, what exactly does a mayor's mansion mean? Well, a mayor's mansion has got to be pretty much the grandest building in the town, not that skanky shack that Tom called the mayor's mansion. And most importantly, it's got to be functional with things like an office and ballrooms for parties. So if I want to win this election, we got to start now. Okie dokie chicken pot pies. Since this is technically going to be a town building, we need to make sure it's symmetrical. What would you guys do if BLOXBURG replaced Town Hall with my mayor's mansion? Because it's a common misconception that is Tom's house. No, 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 honey. That's Town Hall. He wishes that was his house, brokey. But we're going to have a massive driveway. You have got to have so much room for cars. Because obviously, as the mayor, you're going to be hosting so many events at your house. So we're gonna have an enormous entryway, 6 blocks wide, and then you might be surprised to see that I'm just keeping things flat. But when you look up Mayor's Mansion, they're all a very similar style of house. So for the roof, we could be like fancy. If we were the mayor of Japan, we could use this. It's kind of like a Japanese-y roof. But no, I think we're gonna use the hollow mansard roof today. No, wait, no. Not hollow. God, I can't be panicking like that, guys. A mayor has got to be strong. You can't panic in the face of danger. Now, what would happen if I outlined it just with 1 extra block, so it's kind of like an overhang? Would that slay the day away, or would it look disgraceful? That now looks like a flipping UFO about to take off. This doesn't look right either. We are 2 minutes in. I already cannot find a roof. And that's when it hit me like a fly in your face on a hot summer's day. I just basically added a little bit of an indent here. I know I said it was just gonna be flat, but that was never gonna work, guys. Never. We then are going to place in the mansard roof again, and I want to make sure that the middle one is slightly shorter. So I think that is now looking a little bit more mayoral. Sorry, I almost forgot one very important part. Y'all, we need to add this actually as an overhang, but it's okay. There's no need to panic. But yeah, we're just adding an overhang, so we'll delete that silly one in there. And that leads us on very nicely to the next step of a mayoral mansion, which is, of course, the grand pillars. Now, I do like the BLOXBURG UI update. Don't get me wrong, I like having a cell phone. But what's this grey line? Move it out of the way, okay? I can't even see which pillar is which. But yes, I think we're going to go for either these ones, which are a statement piece, or these ones, which are just like, they got the curvy bit at the top. Leave it in the comments below. I think these ones do just look a little better because of the bottom, but we could actually have both, guys. Who the hell says I can't have both?
If we grab this traditional pillar, can you guys see what I'm doing here?
We're then gonna place this one on top, and of course resize it down, and then we can literally color this whatever we want. So I'm gonna remain with the wood, and holy smokes, my house is so much better, guys. This is already about 100 times bigger than Tom's scatty little housemate. Now, as much as I would love colonial windows, I don't think that they're actually necessary. A lot of you guys told me you like my colonial windows, but traditional ones are basically the same, and I have to agree. Oh, it actually looks really ugly. Maybe we won't be having the doors after all. And even those windows, what the hell? No, I can't get into a panic, guys. You know what happens when I get into a panic? Bad things happen. My building skills just suddenly turn to dust. Okay, though, I've sorted it. Oh my gosh. You telling me I've been spending literal flipping like half an hour making colonial custom windows? This whole time I could have just been doing this? That does look pretty good, to be fair. I'm gonna use cornices, and when I built my billionaire's mansion, somebody told me that there's corner ones. When? I don't see no corner ones, okay? Literally the only way to get corner ones is to do it yourself.
Unlike the billionaire's mansion, there's not 5,000 flipping places to place.
So this should actually be relatively easy to do. And you might be thinking that this is a silly detail and it's not got much to do with being a mayor, but being the mayor is about portraying power, okay? And as sad as it is, one of the best ways to portray power is your house. If we have these grand, like Victorian looking corner pieces, people are gonna think, oh wow, as mayor, I can ban banish you from the town. Wait, what pet powers do mayors actually have? I can hire and sack the sheriff. I can take people's jobs away. Rather than having this is all musty, crusty grey, I want it to be like a bright white. Now, do you guys think the windows look better if they match that concrete style or not? I guess if you're to answer this question properly, then we're gonna need to add in the texture. Where's that color just gone? Did you see that? I tried to get a color and it just deleted it. So we can either use this brick, or the other day I discovered we have a new brick. Wait, what is it called? Hello, Bricky, where are you? Painted brick wall. Oh God, that makes it look like some sort of factory or something. And I actually think the concrete matches a lot better. Do you know what? Let's go full blown concrete, mate. Even the pillars. Next things next, I actually need that line there. Don't be going anywhere, okay? Nobody dismissed you. And then we're gonna add in the driveway. So the driveway needs to wrap around a little bit like this, mate. And I want it to be a full-blown circle. Oh my God, it literally worked, guys. All the pieces are falling into place like chess. And some of you guys have been saying like, Reese's, how's your chess journey going? If you didn't know, I'm learning to play chess at the moment. It's actually going really good, guys. I'm falling in love with it more and more every single day. But yeah, this is why we needed to know where the middle was, so we could add a little diamond in the middle. And is it just me, but I think that we should be making these 1 block wider. And of course, I'm gonna be adding a fountain, and it has to be the elegant one. I mean, the fancy one. So I've decided to just buy a shallow one, okay? Yes, it's not protecting me like a moat, but we're not a king, okay? We are the mayor, and wow, that looks so fancy. It's literally like a private lake. Was it? And I love how this basically matches. So if we use that same brick, that then matches a house. Also, I find having trees in your entryway is quite a statement piece. So I'm going to be adding 3 chimneys each side. I'll smoke on that, Tom. And now you may be wondering if I'm going to be adding nugget roofs. No, I'm not actually today. I feel like the mayoral mansion does not actually need them. That is the outside of the mayoral mansion. And I actually built that pretty quick for my standards. So I'm just going to add the other windows on and then we'll get started upstairs. So the mayoral mansion, remember at the beginning I said a ballroom? That's basically going to be the entryway. A lot of the time in these TV shows, you know, when they have like the big ball, they will just like have it in the main entryway. So we're gonna have a thin corridor here, which basically is gonna lead to either side of the... Why have I got an Irish accent there? Actually, interestingly enough, I am a little bit Irish. I have a little bit of Irish blood, so maybe that's where it came from. Anyway, I know that has made it so we can't have many bedrooms. Do I care? This is not a flipping hotel, okay? Not meant to sleep the 5,000. We're now going to add in the staircase. I would quite like to use this one instead.
If we do something like that, it is quite thin up here.
But, you know, you've got to be a skinny legend to be the mayor. No, I'm joking, actually. Most of the mayors are so fat. Not that there's anything wrong with being fat. I'm not here to judge. And so this is the layout. Basically, this is a bedroom, bathroom, bedroom. And then this is the master bedroom with a closet and an ensuite bathroom. So it's absolutely gargantuous in size. This is going to be the kitchen. And then rather than forcing your servants to scurry along the halls over here to a dining room, the dining room will just go here.
And then we can actually add another door maybe either side that leads into it.
And I'm not going to bore you with my carpentry. So Alexa, play Cinnamon Girl. Alexa! Pink Pony Club. Alexa, turn off. Alexa! Is it just me, guys? My Alexa never listens to me. But anyway, that took me a Cinnamon Girl and a Pink Pony Club. And all I did was get the wall trims in. Oh, and I did the floor and stuff. But I missed you guys. I wanted to speak to you again. Now, the inside doors, and I guess even the front doors, because technically those are inside, simply need to not be concrete. Now, those of you who have watched The Vampire Diaries and know the Lockwood Mansion, you will know that there's actually panels going up the entire wall. I basically just stole their design. And this house is also, you may already have noticed it, very much giving like the White House presidency, because all the sort of world leaders, even in the UK, like the 10 Downing Street where the Prime Minister lives is very grand. So I don't see any reason why BLOXBURG mayoral house should be any different. But yeah, so now that we've got all of that in, let's start with arguably the room in a mayor's house, the office. This is where they're actually going to be doing all of their work. And I don't want to just make it look like any old fancy office. And yet this is what I'm going for. Also this, but that literally looks like fake AI. Oh my goodness, is this one real? It's so hard to tell these days. Like, is it just me, guys? But I literally cannot tell online what is real. And is it just me? I've been loving those, like, AI videos.
Where are my fries?
Maybe if you're alopecia, jerk, chicken finger, sucking, orangutan, pentagon, built, look at them 3 rolled under your damn stomach, you'll see them damn fries.
Anyway, we've gone for a little bit of a darker vibe today. It's literally actually kind of scaring me, giving medieval. But let's go in and add curtains. So we have got to very cleverly lay out this room using only the Victorian furniture. And then we could have a formal meeting table, or we could have a little bit more of an informal, just a couple of armchairs. Why did I forget that you could texture these? Oh my God. I don't know what I prefer now. Guys, I'm having a crisis.
You guys are in a crisis. I'm on my way.
I actually think I much prefer that. Sorry. Anyway, I need something else to go over here. So we're going back into the Queen Vicky section. And this was what I was most excited to use, guys. Because I'm pretty sure this is actually meant to be like Tom's grandpapa or something. Like, who was obviously the mayor before him. On that same note, I feel like we can do the dining room. And it is so hot, guys, in my office. I have no fan. Because obviously I can't record with a fan on it. It would just be like in the background. Not that I'm complaining, but I am actually complaining about the heat. Is there like any color we could make this, like navy blue, that would still look good? Sorry, I don't know what that would sound like. I'm carrying a hot potato or something. Do you think we should double it up? And actually, we've got to remove all the chairs. Why is it so laggy? I think I might need a new computer soon, guys. You know I always praise my beloved computer. It's done me so well. I don't know how it's still even running. So if any of you have any good laptops, I think I will get a MacBook again. I know you guys are like, why are you getting a MacBook? That's not gaming. It works really well for gaming and editing, so I'm perfectly happy with one. Adding anything along this wall would just be stupid. In real life, you would not have anything there. Do you know what I mean? That would just, it wouldn't fit. The only thing that you could possibly get away with having is a bench. But I'd say if you invited me to this room for a mayoral dinner, oh my goodness, I'd be doing whatever you wanted, babes. I'd be signing those contracts. Oh my gosh, we're whipping through this, aren't we? Kitchen next. You guys know I'm having a little bit of kitchen blockage right now. If you didn't watch my last video, I did a blush kitchen, and actually I found that really good. It was so different. But yeah, I'm actually having kitchen breakdowns. Now, I'm including a lot of dishwashers on purpose, y'all, because like I said, when you have big mayoral events, and I almost forgot I was about to move out of the kitchen. We need the appliances. How else are we gonna make all the coiffees? But as I said, I am on a little bit of a kitchen detox at the moment, so I'm just going to leave the rest of that. Now is time for the sitting rooms. So as I said, we're gonna have both of these as formal sitting rooms. Unfortunately, as the mayor, one of the things you do have to substitute is home comfort. You can't have a lounge room that is actually going to be comfortable, okay? You're going to just have to have 2 lounge rooms which are made for the sole purpose of meeting. And I know it may seem like a basic room, but again, this needs to be able to be constantly swapped into an event room. So like, for example, not to just delete all my work, but all of this would just be moved into a different room, and then it would be replaced with tables. We're now heading into the back garden because upstairs is going to be so easy. It's just a couple of bedrooms, isn't it? So we want to get to the good stuff before then. Why does it do this? Not me activating my angry voice. Like, bro, why are you actually doing this? And with that in, the rest is going to be concrete. So this is where I'm going to be making my speech at the end of the video. So maybe I should be opening the server soon, guys, so you can get ready. Because yeah, we're going to do the house tour, and then we're going to do the speech. I know you can't see the money anymore, but look, 400,000 we've spent. That's mental. So these tables are so expensive. I'm going to see if there's any way I can get the price down. So that table is $2,000. The festive table, which looks arguably the same, $140. But if we go into chairs, I will admit the event chairs are very nice, but $1,000. If we use the traditional chairs, $400 each. And I'm adding loads. I don't know how many people are going to join at such short notice. But yeah, I suppose we could also add like a roof at the end here. Not as an actual roof, but did you know that you could raise these up as stages? Yeah, okay, everybody knows that. And also, I swear at like rallies and things like this, they'll have balloon arches and stuff. So just before we head upstairs, I'm going to just quickly add in some of these traditional beams.
1 hour later.
So we're obviously going to start off with my bedroom, the mayoral bedroom. And I really do like the dark blue themes, so I think I'm going to go for that. So this is where me and my baby daddy are going to be laying our heads every night. No, obviously the mayor, and it's normally their wife, or it could be husband. At the end, we're going to have the entertainment center. Remember earlier how we were not allowed to add any like TVs, even in our own living room. because obviously all of that has got to be an entertainment space. Basically, your house is like your office. Well, in the bedroom, I don't think we're going to be having any meetings in the bedroom unless we like try and seduce them or something. So good. That's the closet done. So that finally leaves the bathroom. This is probably the first room. I don't know how I can correlate it to like being a mayor, but I guess you've got to stay clean actually. Also a toilet, because if you get really scared before and you need to absolutely and thank you so much for $5,000. Is that your donation to my mayoral campaign? So guys, here we are outside of the mayoral mansion and all my fans are just desperate to get inside. I can just imagine the cinematics of this was on a TV show like The Vampire Diaries.
But you would, of course, arrive in your limo, and oh my gosh, the crazy paparazzi are here.
But first things first, we do have to do the tours. So I've had to lock all of my beloved fans out. As soon as you walk in, this is the scene you are met with. Now, I will let you guys in to come and see. This is my dining room. And this is what I'm going to be hosting my banquets. Please sit down like civilized humans. Just next door is the kitchione. But yeah, here is where we'd be having some more sitting areas. Excuse me, do you mind not laying and lounging down? This in here is one of my favorite rooms. This is where we can have like the formal meetings. So I would sit here. And then this is my study. So I'm not letting any of the cretins in here. This is where we can play ping pong and pretend to work all day. Why are you dancing on the mayor's bed? And somebody's in the mayor's bathtub. I mean, maybe she is the girl that seduced me. I mean, what? To the people of BLOXBURG, we gather here under uncertain times. Why are you laying a picnic blanket down? How'd you even do that? A new map is coming under my rule. I think I've taken mayor to mean queen, but I am the queen now. Now I need the council to come and swear me in. Someone, please come and swear me in. Hello, council. Do you swear me in? Of course, Diva. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my gosh, guys, the entire council has accepted me as mayor. Now all of you are fired. I own this town. Now get out of my house. So there we have it, guys. That was me building the mayor's mansion. Thank you so much for watching this random video, and I'll see you all when I am the mayor.